Welcome to Unruly 3, father of 3 unruly kids.
I'm not really.
So the other day, my son, Logan, said that he wanted a pickup just like Daddy's. So this is my pickup, and so came up with a pattern. So I found this one that had no step side, but if you fold it and put this on the back, that will kind of give me a pattern. So I'm just going to cut it out and glue it onto the wood for a pattern. So I actually got this pickup the day that my son was born. My wife had given me the green light to go ahead and look for a pickup on Craigslist or wherever. She gave me a budget of $4,000, and so I went ahead and I did the right thing, and I typed in $6,000 onto Craigslist, and I found this little pickup for $6,000. And so I just sent the guy a message saying, "Hey, I really like your pickup, but I only have $4,000 to spend. I just want to let you know I really like it." And the next day, we this was over a period of a couple weeks that I'd kind of been talking to him, asking what he liked best about it, what he'd want to change. And then we went into the hospital to have the baby, and I actually had his email pulled up. And after we had the baby, my son Logan was born. Well, I had told him that I only had $4,000 anyway, but after my son was born, his email was the one that had just happened to be the one that I had been responding to, and I just walked over to the computer, and I was so excited because we had a boy. We had gone in the dark. We didn't know if we were having a boy or girl, and so I told him I just sent this guy an email saying, "Hey, just so excited, wanted to tell somebody we had a boy," and I was, just super excited. And he messaged me back and he says, "If you still have the $4,000, you can come get the pickup. Congratulations." And we were super excited. So I was excited to have a boy. Plus, the next day I got on the road and I went and picked up that little blue pickup. So it's pretty special for my son and me. So he wanted a little toy one. So here I am cutting out the back, and I have these held together with just that blue tape and some super glue. And after I cut it all out, I realized, oh, this isn't going to work for the back. I'm going to have to build these fenders a little bit different, but the front is going to work. So after I took this time to kind of cut it out, I am going to have to do some changes. But, yeah, so here I'm just cutting around the fenders, the wheel wells. And this is about the time that I realize, I'm going to have to do something different with the back here. So I'm just going to cut it off, and I'm going to have to figure out how to make these fenders. So then I thought, well, if I cut around the fender part like this will be the part that is the fender, and then I can make a box. But then I realized, well, the tire isn't maybe not going to fit. So then I decided, well, I will cut some smaller ones that will go on the inside. So I have a 3/4 inch blade in here, and so it's kind of hard. I have to really jockey around these corners. If I would have had a lot thinner blade, or if I would have just used my scroll saw, it would have been a lot better. So I went ahead and made 2 of those, and now I'm cutting out kind of the same thing here. Gonna have to make this a little bit thinner. And I'm going to make 2 of these guys as well. Or actually just this one, because it's taped together, and I split it apart for the 2. And then now I'm going to make another one that's a little bit bigger that goes around the rest of it. It'll kind of all make sense once I go to put it together. So again, I'm going to cut out 2 of these guys. And then I'm going to take these 2 apart. Set these 2 together. So 2 of them together, and then this one will be the outside of the fender. All right, then I just got to glue those together. All right, so this is going to be the back window. So I did a lot of thought about like what kind of stereo system I'm going to have in here. So this pickup is from the 1980s. So it's an 85 Chevy pickup. So I picked out the best stereo system that I could think of that I would have in my car from back then. So I got an Alpine, a 7288 pull-out AM/FM cassette player. I gotta have the pull-out one for safety. I don't want the stereo getting stolen. This way I can pull it out, put it by my bed, or if I go to the mall or something, I can pull it out and carry it around with me. I have some MB Quart speakers up in the front, the components, a couple Rockford amps underneath probably in the back behind the seat, and I think I'm going to put a couple Rockford Fosgate RFP 1410 10-inch speakers, so 2 10-inch speakers underneath the seat to really make it sound good in here. Being only a single cab, I don't need to have any other speakers. It's going to sound pretty good inside there, I think. So here I'm just kind of building the box for the back, and then those fenders are just going to glue right up to it. So you can see inside the pickup I have the front seat in there ready to go. Of course, underneath there is the two subwoofers. All right, so this is going to be how the hood is going to open. So I got a couple dowels here on the side, and then this little piece. So then I'm putting glue around here so that they will stick good. And then this piece here will go in here, and I push in the dowels, which won't have glue on the ends there, which will allow them to twist back and forth. And I'll take it over to the lathe and make the steering wheel here. And my live center here is broken. I don't know why it's not spinning. The bearing inside is busted or something and leaving a bird mark. But I put a gasket around the end to make it look at the steering wheel, and then I can cut it off with my saw. Then I'm going to go ahead and paint the bottom black and router around these fenders here for the back. And so here on the second one, router around the outside, and then I went and grabbed a file and cleaned it up a little bit so it matches. Then I got a finer file to make it a little bit better. Now I'd already primered the back, but here I'm putting on the back fender. I've matched it all up so that it was in the right spot, and I'm just going to clamp it on so that the wheels don't hit the fenders. Then I found some of this blue down at O'Reilly's, which was the exact match of the Chevy pickup. I put on about 4 coats of this. I didn't sand it down or anything like that afterwards. I wasn't too worried about it. Just a toy. Here is the dash. I'm making a speedometer, RPM gauge, tachometer, gas, and probably a voltage gauge. Here's going to be the vent, gas pedal. I made it an automatic so my boy could drive it. And then of course I would put my Alpine stereo in here. Got to make sure we don't forget that. And then just finish off the stereo. And then I'm just going to put it all together, start gluing it. Now, I did make some extra stuff to put in here on the front seat. I found some of my old tapes from high school, so let's see what I was listening to back then. You gotta fight for your right. Blame it on my roots. Oh, there's one more in the tape deck. Oh, don't know how that got in. That must have been my little sister's. Alright, getting back to the build. I'm just finishing up the exhaust. These straight pipes, these chrome straight pipes, probably add another 20 horsepower to this at least. I found a guy online who 3D printed out an LS motor, and so I got that. And so my pickup actually only has a 350 in it, so my son's here is going to have a LS swap on it, and looks really good in there. You can see the tapes in there on the dash. Alright. I've already had to replace the back tires on it. He's been spinning it, tearing them up pretty good, but I think it turned out really good. Thanks so much for watching.